No, definitely. Thank you, Iuliia. Definitely COVID has been the biggest, I will say, exposure of the potential of video games. I will say that most of the people that are not used to this sector, they didn't know the potential of the video game. That doesn't mean that this was not happening before or this was not actually growing, how, as I explained in the past. But definitely today we have a bigger challenge, like the half of the world student population is still affected for the close of the schools, or the half of the world population doesn't have access of the internet. That's are the biggest thing that we also need to keep in mind when we talk about video games. But answer to your question, definitely this is an amazing opportunity, and the COVID has been exposure the potential of video game. I remember when the COVID started, people started using the event to socialize because they cannot even socialize in person. So the video game was the place where you can socialize, where you can do birthday parties, where you can actually visit a place together with friends. And also there is a misconception about video games that isolate people, while video games obviously can be isolated, but sometimes it's an amazing tool to bring together people and work in teams and develop very important social skills that we need in this metaverse universe that most people they don't know. And if you think about Generation Z or a small generation to come, they are working half of their life if in this virtual life. They have this virtual life in the metaverse. So we have to, as a teacher, as a father, as a parent, as somebody, you know, that understand the potential of this instrument, we need to understand that there is a virtual life for everybody, and we need to take advantage of that for the best.
Thank you very much, Alejandra. That's what I expected, but still, maybe Ash, maybe you have some numbers for us, or some kind of trends, if basically COVID accelerates some specific direction, except obviously digitalization. That's all kind of clear. We need to make these virtual meetings, but something maybe more unexpected, or information on that.
I don't think I have something more exciting to say, but I do have something probably more fundamental. I think the last year and a half, being suppressed, if you will, as individuals and humans, it's not the greatest environment for creativity. So I think the problems were identified, and there were more users for virtual learning, and our industry grew as a whole, and it got recognized as more legitimate. However, I don't think the last year and a half was really assistive in terms of us creating innovations. However, now with things opening up, I suspect that once people start going back to interacting with each other and learning as we did before, over the next few months, we'll start realizing that, you know what, some of this stuff we used to do in a pandemic situation is likely a little bit better. And I think the folks who think about, you know, what should be conducted in person versus not, what should be conducted asynchronously versus synchronously, what should be content-based versus experiential learning and doing-based. I think those three questions need to be asked of themselves by any educational institution or technologist. And now that we're out of this pandemic, and our creativity opens up and we are no longer constrained, I think that's when we start seeing the industry interesting things start to form. So I'm happy about what's happened for the industry. I'm sad about what's happened to humanity. I'm excited about what's about to happen to both.
Yeah, it's where is the risk, there the opportunity always. So that's the opportunity to grow. And I totally agree with you. I saw that normally we begin with just transition, if from the teacher perspective, transition to Zoom from the normal lecture. And now I see a lot of interest to design, to the games, to the mix of hybrid, synchronous, asynchronous. So that's all getting developed. So the environment is basically very, very active. I think the ecosystem is much more active in general. So thank you very much. And maybe the closing words from Devrim. So we have 2 minutes, and then Edoardo will push.
Okay. So actually,
It's fine.
What happened over this lockdown is it gave experts in education and in technology to reflect more than actually to achieve better results. So it's more than, it's like probably with no exception, all experts in education see technology and digital learning as opportunities to enhance learning. And it has to stay that way, because the rationale behind this is, and it's quite understandable, human beings are social and emotional, and to keep going, we need to remain social and emotional, and we need to really develop these skills. And like what we did over the course of pandemic is we provided almost 15,000 children distance education, both synchronously and asynchronously. And the thing that we saw, and we interviewed some of the kids, we had focus group interviews, and they said, we just want to get together and socialize. And probably because they were tired of the screen time that they had, they said, we don't want no more video games, we have enough. And we want to socialize, we need a network, a platform to socialize, and we don't want videos and audios. So this was pretty much what kids said over a long time before screen. So this is like the reflections from our part. And we had a forum, an international forum with a lot of educators around the world. And they seem to feel this way. And I just wanted to pass it on to you.